Well, welcome to the Celebs.com studio, sponsored by movie maker Michael Olmos, Edward James Olmos, and Youssef Delara. Firstly, congratulations on the film. It must be so super exciting to be here for you guys as well. I mean, it's the second feature back-to-back that you've made together after Bedrooms. How's it feel to be here with this sort of buzz? You know, especially you, Michael, getting to traipse around with your dad again as well. It must be a very cool family feeling.
It is. I mean, I'll speak first and just say that it's been incredible. We've just started to sort of sink into the whole Sundance experience today. We had our premiere last night, so that was really an amazing experience. And just getting in and being at Sundance, I'm going to say, like, for both of us is a big thing because we've both been to Sundance many times. I've been to Sundance with you. You've been here about 4 or 5 times, and it's the first time that we've been back. I think the last time we went, we're like, we're never going back to Sundance. It was like a bold but silly statement, but we were like, we're never going back till we have a film. And in a joking way, because you want to have a film. So that's the pipe dream for every filmmaker. Yeah. And we got in, and it's been astounding.
Yeah.
And it's been fun to traipse around in the snow with you. And I've followed him all over the world making movies, and just to be here and with him, and I don't know, I can't really describe the feeling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys have worked together before as well. Yeah. So it's like so many reunions on this project.
Well, the family thing is really wonderful because Youssef and his family are Seema, and then the Olmos group, and then there's another group that joined up with us. And so they're all families, and it's really been an extraordinary experience. I really have to thank Youssef and Amir for coordinating and getting this all together.
How long did it take you guys to come up with Olmos Productions as the name of the company?
It took a while. That took about 60-something years.
Seema obviously was up there as well, so it's like that's obviously your family.
That's right. It's actually my mom's name,
yeah.
So it took us a few minutes to come up with that.
Yeah.
It seemed like the obvious choice for us.
So Gina Rodriguez, obviously an amazing performance in the film, is getting a lot of attention early, which is the right, like a really nice thing to hear, right? Like, what was it meeting her for the first time that you guys thought this is the person we need?
Yeah, you know, she was a firecracker. She just kind of came in, and the thing that we were taken with about her was that she was such an actress. She was so powerful as an actor, and we saw the ability to sort of like take notes, take direction, and really change on a dime. And she was a skilled actor. And then, as a joke, we're like, well, we heard you've done slam poetry. Can you do something? And she did this little slam poem for us, and then she followed up with a rap, and we felt that like cadence. Like she had a cadence, she had a rhythm, she had like a voice, and we're like, okay, this is we're like sitting on the best of both worlds. We're actually working with an amazing actor who can rap, you know, as opposed to a rapper that we teach how to act, which is a tricky tricky.
I was saying
situation.
it to her, you wouldn't think it, seeing her on Bold and the Beautiful with her character's name on that was Beverly Hills, and or something like that. And like on this film, this is downtown LA, you know, and those opening shots with the music and the shots of downtown LA, it puts you right there. Yeah. A lot of people don't show LA as a character like that. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about LA?
I think Manhattan is one of my favorite films because in film school I watched that probably 1,000 times. But I just love that Woody Allen had made that film as a swan song to New York and to Manhattan. And I think we have a little bit of that in our film. I think the city is a character in the movie, and we started on South and 6th and Union. That became part of the world, and then went to Echo Park, Silver Lake, downtown LA, and it just sort of that LA informed so much of the story and so much of the lives of these characters that there's no way we could exclude it from the film. Yeah. And you found a really interesting way to sort of cut it together and with the music in the film. I thought it was brilliant.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, we're LA filmmakers, and I know me, like, I don't want to film anywhere else in the world. Like, I love LA. It's so diverse. There's so much going on. There's so much value in LA as a filmmaker to actually do your stuff and have people that you know around you. And I think we should keep it home. So there's so much left in LA to uncover. There's so many stories in there.
But you're a visual effects guy, right? From before and working on the Star Trek series and all that sort of stuff. And then this film, it's like it doesn't need any of that.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, maybe in the editing and things like that, but certainly in terms of bringing that hyper element, it almost like is contrary to the telling of this story. So is that something also that you found exciting and challenging to?
Yeah, I mean, I think this type of story is like who I've always been, and Effects was an amazing learning process and understanding the nuts and bolts of post-production, how that comes together. And I think more than just the glamour of effects, but it's like the technicality of what it all means, how it all comes together. And understanding those elements is really the core of understanding how to put a film together, you know?
Yeah. Edward, it's when we were speaking to Jenny Rivera before, she was saying when she got a call from you to come and do this film, that was like, Edward James Olmos is on the phone. Like, she got really excited. And I was thinking of saying to her, it'd also be cool, like, if you were on the other end of the phone going, I got her. I got Jenny Rivera.
That's exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because basically, it, you know, our kids go to school together. Well, they used to, but at the same grammar school. And so I would see her there, and we were friendly towards one another. But you know, we always had this kind of like respect, but we never got into conversations. It's just, hi, how you doing? How's things going? Great. Okay, man. How's the kids? Great. Bye. And that was it. And so when I called her, I knew her, but I had never really asked her anything. So when I asked her if she'd come and help us to do this, she was very amenable. She was a little apprehensive only because of the fact she's not an actress. And I said, you'll be in good hands, and I think you'll be really, really thankful that you got involved in this kind of a project. And in the long run, it's going to be probably something that you'll remember fondly in your life. Said that, she goes, oh, okay. And then so we went along, and she said yes. And these guys gave her, I mean, they brought her to a level that I wouldn't be surprised if she's nominated for Best Supporting Actress. You know, whether she wins or not, it's not the issue, but the performance should be nominated. Same with Gina and Lou. So.
And you all have, like, all four of you have history with music and film.
Yeah.
Music separately and film. I mean, Selena for
Sure.
you,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Lou did La Bamba.
Yeah.
Gina with this movie, Jenny obviously with
Her
all
life.
those
Well, she's,
amazing
you
albums.
know, what people don't realize is most people, well, I shouldn't say. Let me start over. Most people love good music, and Jenny is truly a gifted artist. But her kind of music is different. She's in the same vein as Selena was, and she's gone even further. Her popularity is even more than Selena's was at the time of her passing, and Selena's was very high. She's into the multi-millions of people who just adore her music, and it's a Tex-Mex kind of norteño kind of music that they call it, and but this is going to just open up to that world. They're gonna just adore her.
And what about you? I mean, your history with music. I mean, you played in bands back in the
I
day,
played for
right?
many
The
years.
60s
Yeah, well,
and
that's where I
70s?
came from. I came from
Yeah.
in 1960. I started singing as a rock and roll singer, and that's where I started my life in entertainment, was as a singer dancer, and I was a baseball player up until 14, and then I just one day put down the glove and took off the cleats, and I never went back again. The next day, I just literally started playing rock and roll, and I never stopped that. And I played it with the same kind of fervor that I played baseball. I played music, and 7 days a week.
Wow.
7 days a week.
It's the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Where are you?
So
Put it on
basically, it was a situation where we, rock and roll became my life, and it has to this day. I still love it dearly.
So what about the music in the film? What about Gina's stuff?
That's what's fun is that another one of his brother is part of the musical contingency that helped, and the music is probably the best music I've been around in a movie for a long time, since Selena at least.
Yeah, we had two great producers, Edward Rios and Kool-Aid Rios, that kind of came in and they brought they brought the Latino rap, hip hop sort of world that they're from. They really brought us that. They brought us into that world,
Yeah.
and they really gave us a lot of great music. And they really worked with Gina in making the songs and creating the songs for us. And like I think Mike and my sensibility was, we come from a little bit of old school hip hop and hip hop in general. We kind of, I think the sound of the movie is a bit of a fusion of like modern hip hop, a little old school hip
Because
hop.
Reza is really like very modern and
Yeah, I mean-
electronic dubstep and sort of like us three of us sort of.
Yeah, there's some
meld.
dubstep, there's some
Yeah.
there's some Latin rap, there's some hip hop, there's some old school. So it's really a fusion that I think works well with the story because the character goes through a musical journey, and the challenge was that each level that she's at, the music needs to be good, and it needs to inform on the story, but it also needs to be different, and we need to see that journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just finally, just now that the actual premiere has happened and the show again this morning, what did it feel like to sit in with the audience and have that response, that visceral response for the film?
Well, I'll tell you that story is that we went up. They brought us up to the front for a premiere last night, and we're standing there. We're like, there's a lot of things going on, and we just make sure all our people got in, and then we got up to the front, and we looked around, and finally I was like, man, I think I'm getting nervous. And he goes, yeah, me too. I got a little, it's weird, right? And then we go up and we intro the film, and we're looking around. It's just like it's packed, and you see Sundance all over. It's just amazing. And we were just introing the film. We each said something, and then we went to the back. We're standing back there at the QC, the sound in the theater with one of the theater managers, and we both go, that was surreal. And it was just like, yeah, that was the experience. It was so amazing.
Finally, is it still exciting for you? Do you still get excited by all this, by seeing a film with the crowd and being involved with this sort of stuff?
Yeah, this is a privilege. This lifestyle is a privilege all the way around, no matter what level you're at. And I must say that it's an honor, and to come to Sundance, which is something that we helped create many, many, many years ago. Robert Redford and Bob Young and myself and incredible Waldo Salt and just a group of people got together to start the Institute, Sundance Institute in 78, 79, and then the USA Festival was here, and then it turned into the Sundance Film Festival when Bob reached out to them and said, let's bring it in and elevate everything, and they did. They pushed it to a level where now it's the most prestigious independent film festival in the world. And I will say that being here is an honor, a real honor. And being here with a film that Youssef and Michael created is even more thrilling and exhilarating. And of course, now that we're in competition, that was like, where did this come from? This is a blessing 1,000 times over, because basically it just puts a really good onus on the picture that we were in competition. So no matter what comes next, it's a really nice thing to say, yeah, my film was in competition.
Well, it was great.
Beautiful.
It was great seeing you and Lou back on the big screen as well.
Yeah, Lou and I
and bringing
had
back that history, because that's a lot of people's favorite film of all time, man. So congratulations on
that film. I think he might have told you, but that film's just been put into the National Registry.
That's right. He did
just
mention it.
about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's testament
amazing.
to the fact
Yeah, it's
of
amazing.
how good it was and how good it still is. Pleasure having all you guys
Thank
in
you.
here. Congratulations so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks.
Look forward to seeing where it's headed.